I'm gonna sing a couple of songs to prepare our environment, to prepare our soul for the Spiritist talk tonight. So welcome to our meeting. First of all, I'm gonna sing a song called Vibrate. When life lends a hand, it's time to open up your heart. It is time to love one another. It's time to take part. Vibrate always, loving and serving everyone. Vibrate always, loving and serving everyone. When we give our heart in charity, our lives are transforming into songs. Our dreams become reality, and we join Jesus for eternity. Vibrate always, loving and serving everyone. Vibrate always, loving and serving everyone. When we give our heart in charity, our lives are transforming into songs. Our dreams become reality, and we join Jesus for eternity. And now I'm gonna sing a song, Good Old Man. It's about our protector, our mentor, Dr. Bezerra de Menezes. Blue crystal eyes, color of the sky, gray bushy beard, Santa's look alike. Shine on your brothers on earth, suffering, living joy, or in pain. Blue crystal eyes,
Sometimes it's not so close. Sometimes we build our dreams, but then we see them decompose. When you feel down the dumps, feeling sad and blue, give life a chance, my friend. The sun will shine again on you. Believe you can come through. The rainy days are true. Have little faith in you. Maybe tomorrow you can dream all your dreams again. Though some sorrow remains, it doesn't mean the end. Believe you can come through. The rainy days are true. Sometimes okay to feel blue. Have little faith in you. Dream all your dreams again. Though some sorrow remains, your dreams can get you through. Have little faith in you.
When I go in to pray, I look for my good Jesus. And when I close my eyes, I can feel all His light. I open my heart for all He has to say. He shows me the best way I can enjoy my life. Jesus, they never we apart. Please bring all your light to shine inside my heart. Jesus, Jesus, I can be content. I have your endless love and your protecting hand.
sortir un soir dans les jardins de chez Pierre, j'entendrai sa voix à dire tu sens cette brise, la lune, tu la vois, il faut repartir tout comme elle, puisque telle est la loi, et pendant ta prière en famille, tous les jours on se reverra. Et je m'imagine enfant assez de voilà, peut-être Jésus m'inviterait à sortir un soir dans les jardins de chez Pierre, j'entendrai sa voix à dire tu sens cette brise, la lune, tu la vois, il faut repartir tout comme elle, puisque telle est la loi, et pendant ta prière en famille, tous les jours on se reverra, et pendant ta prière en famille, tous les jours on se reverra.
Now I'm gonna sing a song that really calmed me down. If I close my eyes to pray, I heard the sound of the sea far away. If I close my eyes to pray, Jesus cradles me, in his arms I sway. Body harmonizes, how well done with the hay. Music lifts, his spirit sends sweet ballet. Nature's love, a constant giveaway. In joy and peace, my heart finds its way. If I close my eyes to pray, Jesus cradles me, in his arms I sway. If I close my eyes to pray, I heard the sound of the sea far away. If I close my eyes to pray, Jesus cradles me, in his arms I sway. Body harmonizes, how well done in the hay. Music lifts, his spirit sends sweet ballet. Nature's love, a constant giveaway. In joy and peace, my heart finds its way. If I close my eyes to pray, Jesus cradles me, in his arms I sway. If I close my eyes to pray, Jesus cradles me, in his arms I sway.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Spirit Talk. We thank everyone for joining us tonight. Before we start, we would like to share a couple of announcements. We ask you to turn off your phone notifications and find a quiet place if possible. Our meeting will have a 30 minutes presentation followed by Q&A. Then, after the presentation, we will have a spiritual treatment with passes and magnetized water. So we invite you to set aside a container with your water to be magnetized. Our meeting is being retransmitted today by Continental Conference Americas through their Facebook and also every Wednesday at 8 p.m. by Kardec Radio through their Facebook and YouTube. For those who want to learn more about Spiritism, Get to Know to Spiritism is a free and online course that happens every Saturday at 5:15 p.m. New class will start on the fall. So reach out for more information through our social media and our Tuesdays talks. So stay tuned. We offer virtual live gospel at home. Did you know that? The gospel at home is an effective support for you and your family's spiritual harmony. We will motivate and guide you in establishing and maintaining the gospel at home study meetings. By posting the chat, you can request it. So please let us know. You are welcome to include your or someone else's names on the list of positive vibration for incarnate or discarnate. The person you indicate will be assisted by good spirits to provide healing energy and strengthen goodwill. Please find the link in our chat. The topic of today's meeting will be the vital principle, part 1 of the chapter 4 from the Spiritist book, which will be facilitated by our brother Rodrigo from Winnipeg. Everyone is welcome to write comments and questions in the chat, and they will be addressed at the end of the talk. And now we would like to invite our tonight's speaker, who will also do our opening prayer as well. Welcome, Rodrigo.
Good evening, Marceli. How are you?
I am great, my friend. How about you?
Good.
Yeah,
No complaints.
that's great. So I'm excited to hear from you today. Okay, I'll see you later.
See you. Thank you.
Bye.
So now we're going to invite all of us to pray together to celebrate another Tuesday night where we're going to learn and listening a little bit more about Kardec's teachings, the Spirit's teachings. And we know that all are based on the moral teachings of our Master. We ask you, spiritual friends, protectors of this work, to our Master, that guide us and inspire and illuminate to the message that can reach people that are in pain, people that are suffering, people that lose their hope, people that need a word of consolation. They need support. They need help. Please help the message travels around the globe. Bring light, peace, and joy to the heart of the afflicted. Please, Master, help us to be a good mediums to translate the message of the good to all, and people can reflect and start make changes their lives. In that way, humankind can evolve and we become a better place to live. Please bless us tonight, and we ask your permission to start our study under your guidance, under your mentorship. We thank you for the opportunity that we received, and then we can use wisely. So be it. All right, so I'll get started soon. I just need to connect to my slides. So I'm gonna ask your patience. I'm gonna be sharing my screen with you shortly. I think I'm sharing now. And today we're gonna talk about the chapter 4 that's called Vital Principle. And it's a very interesting chapter. And before we start, I just want to recap what we did so far regarding the Spirit's book. As you know, every Tuesday we have our Spiritist talks, and then we have most of the time we are talking about the Gospel according to Spiritism, and once a month we bring a, a Spirit's book. And the Spirit's book, the name was given by Kardec on purpose because Kardec always say that this book is from the spirits that dictate the book. And Kardec was a great figure and used a very interesting scientific strategy and method, as well his background in pedagogy that help us to understand better what information will be important to us to comprehend. So far, we talked about part 1 called First Causes, and then we include these 4 chapters. So we talk about 3 of them. So it was God, the first one, and we learned more about how we Spiritists understand God, or do not understand God, to be more precise, but we understand that it's supreme intelligence and have all these awesome attributes. And then we discuss about the general elements of the universe, and this is important because some of those concepts will be applied, and also the creation. So basically, Kardec starts from a broader perspective to show us, well, there is this supreme intelligence with all these amazing attributes, and this how the universe was generated based on the general elements that exist, and then there was this creation that exists, and then today we're going to talk about the vital principle. So the vital principle chapter is divided in 3 topics: organic and inorganic beings, life and death, intelligence and instinct.
Rodrigo, sorry, your screen's not being shared. Okay.
My bad. So let's start again. Is that shared now? Give me a thumbs up on the background. Thank you, background. I appreciate it. So let's go continue on. You didn't see anything, but I'm going to show quickly what you missed. So I start talking about the 4 chapters that we covered 3 of them: God, general elements of the universe, and creation. And today we're going to talk about the vital principle. The vital principle has 3 chapters: organic and inorganic beings, life and death, intelligence, and intelligence and instinct. So what's important to notice in those that Kardec is building a knowledge, and remember that the Spirit's book is 1857, if I'm not mistaken. So there's a new science built in that, and Kardec is constructing a newer knowledge that will help us to understand life in a more complex and logical sense. So then Kardec, you're going to notice in especially this topic, that Kardec start asking easier questions first and build on complexity as we get more familiar with the concepts and the definitions. Kardec start always with the concepts and definition to have a clear picture, and then he starts to ask questions to clarify what our question would be. So the idea of this book is really ask questions that we'd like to know and have the opportunity to ask to spirits. And then today I'm going to cover two of those three. And the next time, next month, I'm going to cover the item number three, that's intelligence and instinct. But today I'm going to focus on organic and inorganic beings and life and death. So let's talk about organic beings. So remember that I told you that Kardec explored definition first. So then why we need to know definitions and concepts to have a clear understand what we are talking about. And Kardec here presents some definitions about organic beings. And in the concept of organic beings are described as those possessing an inner source of activity that gives them life. They are born, they grow, reproduce, and die. Nothing different that we already know from biology. They are provided with a special organs in order to accomplish the various life functions that are appropriate for their needs and their self-preservation. So very important here. So if we look at our species, humans, so we have special organs that are different than animals, so and different than plants. And those are the examples. So human beings, animals, and plants, these different kingdoms, so they are different, but they all are alive. That's what we have in common. So then each of those kingdoms, that every species has your own organs with different functions that's related with the needs of that species. And the most important feature is a self-preservation. We are built to survive. Then inorganic beings are possess neither vitality nor their own ability to move. So then you can think about anything in that sense. So they are formed solely by the aggregation of matter. So when you think about those, minerals are aggregation of matter. So water is hydrogen and oxygen. So air is oxygen, nitrogen, carbon dioxide, and another gases elements. That's a very small proportion, but our air mostly is based on nitrogen, oxygen, and carbon dioxide. So those are not alive. And then Kardec starts questioning the spirits. So see that Kardec built a concept and definitions of what a organic being is, what an inorganic being is. So now Kardec is seeking for similarities with this question. So look at the question. Does one and the same force unite the material elements in both organic and inorganic bodies? And the spirituality answer, yes, the law of attraction, which is the same for all. So basically here, the spirits are saying that the law of attraction and how organic and inorganic beings are formed are based on same principle. And what's this principle? Law of attraction. So when we study physics, biology, chemistry, biochemistry, and any others, we know that some protons attracts electrons, and those relationships, for example, axial potential, negative potential, positive potential, and membrane potential, they change. So there's attraction that exists. And this law is universal. So then, yes, is the same for all. Doesn't matter if I'm organic or inorganic. So that's an important point. And why this is important? Because now we have to think about how we treat things, plants, animals, other human beings, because we are all the same based. So is there any difference? Now Kardec look at the similarities, they say, yeah, yes, it's similar. What's the difference then? So then Kardec asked, is there any difference between the matter of organic and inorganic bodies? So then they answer Kardec, it's always the same matter. The matter that compose, the elements that compose organic and or inorganic are the same. But inorganic bodies is animalized. So that's the main difference between our organic and inorganic. This energy, animalized energy, allow us to have something special that Kardec is going to introduce the concept. That's the name of this talk. That's the vital principle. So then Kardec continues and asks, okay, so if there's a animalization, he wants to know what's the cause. And you see that Kardec is very pedagogical because he defined the concepts. The concept is clear now. What's the similarities, what their differences are, and what caused this difference. So, and here is very interesting. It's union with the vital principle. Now, the spirits bring a concept about the vital principle. And now you probably, if you following Kardec way to questioning, you're probably expecting a question, something like this. Does this vital principle, you want to know about the vital principle, reside within some particular agent, or it's merely a property of organized matter? In other words, it is a cause or effect. And the spirituality answer to Kardec, it is both. Life is an effect produced by the action of this agent upon matter. However, without matter, the agent is not life, just as matter cannot be alive without the agent. It gives life to all beings that absorb and assimilate it. So now what the spirituality is telling us, that vital principle acts over matter, and that's the secret of life. That's how life is generated. So then Kardec continued. We have seen that spirit and matter are two elements comprising the universe. Does the vital principle form a third? So remember that the concept of spirit and matter was discussed in chapter 2 when we saw the general elements of the universe. And you remember that we talked about God, spirit, and matter. So one and the same principle. So what Kardec is talking about here? What's this question is important? He want to know, this vital principle is a kind of third element of this universe other than spirit and matter? And if we study and recap, so we know that just three elements: God, spirit, and matter. So let's see if the spirituality is consistent when they answer. And they answer, it's certainly one of the elements required in the composition of the universe. He's not saying, the spirituality is not saying that is a third component. They say that's one of the elements that belongs to matter and belongs to the universe, the composition of the universe. But it has its origin in the modifications of the one universal matter. You may regard it as an element like oxygen or hydrogen, but even these are not truly primitive elements because they both derive from one and the same principle. And what is the one and the same principle? We studied this in also chapter 2, Elements of the Universe. That's the universal fluid. Thus, then Kardec follow-up questions, does the vital principle reside in any of the bodies known to us? And look how interesting that Kardec connects the question and the spirituality teaches in a step-by-step way. Its a source is in the universal fluid. So the universal fluid has a vital principle that's an element of this universal fluid, and that's the primitive formation of everything. So it was what you call the magnetic fluid or the animalized electric fluid, an intermediary, the link between spirit and matter. So as you see, Kardec is deeper now in the questions, and the spirituality is giving more and more information about how is life conceived. So the Kardec then asked in the question 66, so is the vital principle the same for all organic beings? And the spirituality answered yes. All of us, 8 billion of incarnated and on earth, we have the same vital principle because we are organic beings. But is modified according to each species. So then we can think about our difference between us, the animals, and plants. But also, even among us, human beings, doesn't mean that we're from different species, but we have different needs, depends on the environment that we are living. It is this principle that enables all species to move and act. It also distinguishes them from inert matter because the movement of matter per se is not life. Matter is moved, it does not produce movement by itself. Basically, here, if you don't have the vital principle, if you don't have the universal fluid, life would not exist because matter cannot move by themselves. And then Kardec asked, well, if that the case, is vitality a permanent attribute of the vital agent, or does it only develop through the functioning of the organs? Interesting question. So then the spirituality is saying it develops only as the body develops. Haven't we already stated that without matter, this agent is not life per se? The union of two is necessary to produce life. So if we to have life, we need to have vital principle and matter. So the vital principle connect to the matters that make the organic beings. As the spirituality telling Kardec, we already told you. And then Kardec follow up saying, could we say that vitality is a latent state whenever the vital agent is not united with the body? So let's say if the vital principle is isolated from the body, and they say, yes, that's the case, you got it. So interestingly, because based on this concept, Kardec's showing about a concept of life, how is life is formed. So now we know, if we summarize this first part, what is life? Organic beings. So when you say life is not only humans, so life in the universe, they need to have matter and they need to have the vital principle that make this matter to be alive. And then Kardec start, okay, if that's the case, we can start questioning about life and death. And here Kardec, in the second part of my talk, Kardec established a clear concepts and definitions about vital principles and its interaction with matter. So that's what we cover until the moment. Now, he explored the relationship between vital principle, matter, in life and death. In death, here in life, we're going to be specifically talking the physical body. So in the question 68, Kardec ask, what causes the death of organic beings? And the question, and remember, when you talk about organic beings, you're not talking only about humans. You're talking about humans, animals, plants. So their organs wear out. And then could we compare death to the sensation of movement in a machine that has broken down? So Kardec is trying to make easier the comparison that is clear to us what this relationship is. So, and the spirit say, yes, the machine has been badly assembled, it breaks down. Likewise, if the body becomes diseased, life leaves it. So that's show us how important is that we take care of our physical body. Our physical body has a tremendous importance in our reincarnation, in our life, in our plan, in the divine plan of our progress. So that's why we need to take care. Why? Because if we don't, we expose our physical body to malfunctioning that gonna lead to this machine that's our body to be sick, diseased, ill, and the consequence will be discarnation, or let's use the term here, death. So life will not stop. We're not talking about the spiritual life, okay? Here we talk only about the idea of death, the perspective of the physical body. So the question number 70, what happens to the matter and the vital principle of organic beings after death? That's a quite interesting question. Okay, you have this vital principle and matter. We know that's life. So what happened then after we die? So then they say the inert matter decomposes, as we know, and is used to form other beings. So the elements, remember that everything that decompose, they not disappear, they are transformed. So the vital principle returns to this vital mass. That's the energy of the universe, let's say in simplistic words. So there is a universal fluid that this beginning principle, the element of everything that always returns to that. It's quite interesting because now it showed how wise is the creation as we learned in 3. Because look at this, nothing is wasted. Everything is recycled and used for a purpose. And then there's a lot of comments that Kardec analyzed after this learning with the spirits that I would like to share with you. So when you're talking about the organs, our organs are impregnated with this vital fluid. And this vital fluid is part of this vital principle, right? So this vital fluid, and then you can think about everything that we have in our human body that is a fluid is essential. And those fluids, the vital fluid, enables all the body components to actively communicate with one another where certain lesions occur and to restore functions that have temporarily ceased. And then I can name you all the body system that they communicate. The central nervous system communicate with the cardiovascular system, with the respiratory system, with the muscular system, with the immune system, with the hormonal system, with all the endocrinology system, all the systems, they communicate. And we know that in biology and physiology. So we understand those things now. Now, this is more complex in the time that Kardec was introduced these concepts. However, when the elements essential for the functioning of the organs are destroyed or profoundly altered, the vital fluid cannot transmit this life-giving movement to them, and the organism dies. Basically, as you see here, we have this vital fluid that we have it, but as time goes by and we don't make good choices in terms of health and how we live our lives, so this body machine of ours deteriorates over time, and by the end, we die. And basically, our body was designed to uh, die because it's not eternal for a reason, and basically because we have to learn here in a limited time, then we have to go back to the spiritual world, then analyze, make our choices, learn there, and then come back to apply the knowledge. That's why for us spiritists make a lot of sense. Think about reincarnation. Remember, this is an explanation about the death of the physical body. Remember that as a spiritist, we believe that spirit is immortal. So I like Haroldo Dutra when he says we have one life and many existences. So if you think about you as a spirit, an immortal spirit, so then you consider this life in a big sense, and then several of our reincarnations are, let's say, existence and experiences, and those experiences vary according the way that we use our physical body and how we take care of this physical body. So they continue talking about that a body organs necessarily react upon each other to a lesser or greater extent, and this reciprocity of action results from their being in harmony. So, what's health, if you think about, is this a state of harmony? So, and is the harmony between our physical body and our mind and our spirit. So, that's where you have this harmony. And they are saying here, their functions cease when something destroys this harmony. Just like what occurs in the movement of a mechanism when its essential components break down. Or like a clock that has been worn out by use or broken by accident, and in which there is no longer any motive force to keep it running. So that's basically our life. The beauty here is the concept of harmony and harmony between our being. And our being needs to be seen as our spiritual being, our physical being. The physical body connects to the spirit, and this connection needs to be harmonic. If we don't have harmony between them, so now we have a problem. And this, over time, destroy this harmony. Now we can think about situations in our life that destroy harmony. For example, all devices that we know, ego, excessive pride, selfishness, anger, vengeance, those all the feelings, because then you have sentiments that are not good, which leads to thoughts that are not good. And we know those impregnate on our physical body and leads to this disharmony of the elements is going to translate to physical body consequences, and also the other way around. So we damage our physical body, then our spirits suffer as well. So I like this analogy they are doing. Think about a simplistic, but it gave a sense of a battery. Organic bodies may be thus be compared to batteries or electronic devices in which the vital fluids activity produces the phenomenon of life, and the cessation of this activity causes death. So basically, we are born with this full battery charged, and over time, this battery goes down. So the good thing about everyone is gonna discarnate one day, but as a spiritist doesn't scare us because we know that we're going to have other opportunities and other experiences according to our needs. But then interesting that this battery can be recharged, not eternal, but we can recharge this battery. So, and it's interesting that they comment that amount of vital fluid is not the same in our organic beings. It easily detect if you look at the lifespan of some species that live very short lifespans, and some species that live really long lifespans. So you see that's this vital fluid is not the same for everyone. Varies according to species, as I mentioned, and is not constant in the same individual or in the various individuals of the same species. So this varies between us according what we are living. So there are those who are saturated, so to speak, with this fluid, while others possess barely enough of it. That's why for some, life is more active, more energetic, and in certain way more superabundant. So that's why you have some people that is like exuberate at life. They are optimists, they are happy, they are always in a good mood, they always positive. So people that we like to be close. And then the other ones that is the charged on the negative end of the battery, so they don't have much energy. They're always complaining. They're not happy about anything, so they don't value things they have. So, and as you see, this drain the battery, and it's much harder to recharge those type of batteries if you behave this way. So then the amount of vital fluid may become depleted or insufficient for maintaining life, and if it is not renewed by absorbing and assimilate substances that contain it. So basically, here the story we need to recharge our batteries. So that's why we need sometimes we work, and work is quite important, but that's why we need to have vacation. That's why we have to work, and I hope we have the chance and the privilege to have a weekend to rest. We cannot work 24/7. We're not designed to do that. We are not designed to lack sleep. You have to sleep well. And all this is going to make this battery life be longer and less exhausted and better recharge it. How we can recharge this battery? Can we move from the low level when you feel tired, exhausted to a higher level? How that happens is the vital fluid may be transmitted from one individual to another. So those who have greater quantities of it can give it to those who have less. And in certain cases, they can bring back a life on the verge of being extinguished. So that's quite an interesting concept because this may explain some healing that science cannot explain because science didn't reach this understanding yet of how this transfer of energy works between individuals. And to finish my talk today, I want to invite you to reflections. So, two things that I wanted you to think. Are we taking good care of our vital fluid? So, how we are treating our physical body, what we are doing to help maintain our physical harmony. And another question is, what can we do to improve our, I'm going to call spiritual hygiene. So because we have hygiene for our physical body, so we take a shower, we brush our teeth, we eat meals to give the food that we need to produce energy. So we have mental hygiene, so with, mentalization, we have meditation, we have relaxation, but how about the spiritual hygiene? So what are we doing to improve that? And then I would like to finish my talk today with this reflection. And I want you to think about that and be open to questions.
Thank you so much, Rodrigo, for your presentation and reflections. In the chat, we have one question, but I have another question for you here. After you answered these questions from our brother Publio, he's asking, so when we reincarnate, we get certain amount of vital fluid to be spent according the life program. So what happened if we need reposition during the incarnation? Where do we get it?
Yeah,
This is
that's
a thousand million question.
yeah. Well, there is ways. Um, let's say it this way. Yes, we have. The thing is, we have this plan that give you this vital fluid, but this is not the term set stone because you can have more or less depends how you're using it. For example, I can have a plan that I'm gonna live for 80 years, but then I smoke a lot and I drive crazy, I drink a lot, so then you short this lifespan because the fluid is taking because every time that your body work more, this fluid is drained. You have to understand that this is the drainage of this fluid, and then you can short your lifespan. But the other way around as well, if you treat your body well, and if you're a good person, and you are charitable, you have all this virtue. So this energy is start going better and better, and you have this self recharge. So clues. So for you to recharge. So my first idea is do something to other people. So charity to me is the number one. Because when you help someone, you have this interesting feeling that, wow, there's two feelings. I'm doing something that's good. And also you start to be more grateful what you have and you gain a new perspective of your problems yourself. So that's first. Another
And I
one.
believe we get more benefit like when we do get the good, right? When the
Yeah,
person that we think that we are giving them
yeah,
benefit, like, but no.
yeah. We are receiving more than we give. That's correct. So the second one is find places that bring you peace of mind. For example, if you are a spiritist, go to a spirit center, receive a pass, do a meditation, do a relaxation exercise. If you're not spiritist, so if you are Catholic, go to the Catholic church if that bring you peace. If you're a Buddhist, go to a temple. So find locations that help you to connect with you and the creator. And another one that's very powerful is be more with the nature.
Mhm.
So nature is a very strong to recharge our
Yeah.
batteries. So if you have the opportunity and you like camping, you do it. If you like
We're
go to the
walking in barefoot, right?
that's right. You go to the beach, so listen to the water sound, the waterfall. So, seeing snowshoeing. So everything that it make you connect with the higher power. So that should be my suggestion for this replenishing of the energy.
Thank you. We have another one before my question. Gabrielle is asking, I was supposed to exercise at least a little bit. Can it help to get more of this kind of fluid, right? And if
Right?
you say, oh my God, it is too hard.
I
I
know.
know, Gabrielle.
I know. Not alone, Gabriel. You and most of humankind, because we have a society building sedentary behavior lifestyle. So, but even small things matters. So you just do a hashtag movement matters and just start
Yeah.
moving. So
Mhm.
yeah, exercise,
Taking
diet.
care of the health, right?
So your physical body, think about your physical body as a temple. So then you're gonna take a good care because this temple is so important for you to evolve. So if we change the way that we understand our body, because if your goal is to become stronger and look hot for others, your stimulus in another is outside you. So the idea is the stimulus inside you, and you're doing because this give you purpose and reasoning. Don't be uh, afraid to not uh, start. So just start small doses and see the benefits that bring to you, because it clear your mind. It helps with this the harmonization exercises in food are good harmonized when we use well.
Mhm. Um, okay, thank you. And my question is, it's like you said, and the spirit book says, right, that we have like as Publius questions, we get a certain amount of vital fluid when we reincarnate. So how about people who commit suicide, like suicidal people, like do when they do that, like the vital principle like just ends, or what happens?
So that's a very interesting question. So people that die by suicide, so the first illusion is they think the suffer is gonna end and the pain is gonna end, and then they wake up in another side of life, understand that I'm not, I still alive. So this is the only type of death that's not planned. So when you cut this vital short, this energy is still there and you have to spend your plan. There is a continuation of plan. When you cut this plan, this what you left behind, you have to come back to leave that amount. And that's one of the mercy that we receive, that okay, you make that choice. Now you understand that wasn't the best choice, but you cannot have the same amount of life because it's still that leftover that you didn't allow you to experience. Now you have to come back in a short. It depends, it's case by case. So, but then you could come with a short lifespan to complete that cycle, and then learn what you have to learn, and then you discarnate, and then another opportunity to come. And there is a beautiful a book called Memoirs of Suicidal. So if people are more interested, read that book because it really shows a the powerful mercy of God that gonna give us always an opportunity. So if you are watching this and you are a mother or a father that you lost a child, or if a child lost a father, a mother because of that, or a friend. So remember, they will receive help and support. So we know in the Spiritism, we know that Mary of Nazareth is the coordinator of all those
Mhm.
people that die by suicide are rescued by them. They're gonna be treated. They're gonna recompose. So of course they have some damage on their perispirit that they reborn with some of those consequences. However, is a chance again. They have another chance. So be aware that if that happened in your family with you or someone that you know, their life didn't cease, they still there, they still alive. Pray for them, help them with good thoughts, good feelings, and that's I think the best we can do on those cases, because without I don't even know if I did this in my previous life. If I die by suicide, I don't. We don't have that recollection, so we don't
Thank
judge.
God,
Yeah,
right?
thank you. Yeah, and we it's not our job to judge. Our job is to support
Yeah.
the best way we can.
Thank you so much. Thank you again. It was very good, your explanation, your talk. It was very instructive.
Thank you. Very have a nice night, and thank you for the opportunity.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye. And thank you for participation in the chat. We will now move to the preparation for our tonight's spiritual treatment. Pass is the transfusion of spiritual energy with the goal of assisting with our physical, emotional, and mental balance. Passes help us to restore a state of harmony and peace by replacing negative energy with health and positive energy. In order to receive the best benefits from passes, please follow the audio instructions or remain in prayer. You may close your eyes to help with mentalization. And during the pass, the water you set aside will also absorb the spiritual energy that you and your family can benefit from. We will now make a prayer in preparation for the pass, which will be our closing prayer as well. Okay, so I invite everyone to close your eyes if you wish, you feel comfortable. And thank you, God, for this moment, this beautiful moment that we had the opportunity to learn a little bit more about our true life, our real life. It's our spiritual life. Thank God for everything you have done for us, for your mercy, for your love, your protection. We even the things that we don't understand that make us sad, but we know that everything happens for a reason. So we trust in you that you just want the best for us. We ask you to protect all of us, our family, friends, all those people whose names are on the vibration list. May you can reach all of them. May you can help them in their inner necessities. We ask the good spirits to protect everybody during the treatment, and may we finish this treatment much better than when we started. And please, God, bless this week, everything we have to do, all the people that are around us, may they be blessed as well. And we always ask you, God, to be with us today and always. So be it.
Let's get ready for the pass and water fluidification. Please get a container with clean water to be fluidified. Brothers and sisters, it does not matter where you are, what type of hardships you are going through. Jesus is always ready to come and help us. Place yourself in a comfortable position which can make it easy for you to reach concentration and receptiveness. Breathe slowly and easily. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Fill up your lungs with air and let it out very slowly. Let tranquility and peace energies penetrate your lungs and move throughout your body. Your soul in harmony with your body feels easy and in peace. Let's imagine Jesus' passage. A clear day, the sun's golden rays illuminate the happy passage in Capernaum. A lot of white houses, multicolored vines, and hopping birds fill the landscape with optimism. The news about cures attracted the crowd in need. Suddenly, Jesus appears slim and handsome. His tunic was hanging down to his feet. At sunset, all those with sick people hit by several illnesses would bring them, and as he placed his hands over each one, he would heal them. This is what Luke the evangelist says. Let's imagine Jesus approaching you. He holds his friendly hands over our head. Notice that from his generous hands, a waterfall with clear and pure water originated from his love come to bathe you. It flows on your head, goes down your shoulders, bathe all your being, and brings you peace, serenity, and balance. They remove all impurities and pacify you. Feel the water bathing you, cleaning. Breathe. Now, imagine Jesus as a sun before you. His light, his warmth surrounds you. Feel the healing energy that comes from Jesus towards you. He hears your prayers. Trust him. His love is endless and it follows you and protects you. It provides you with everything you need. Have faith. Absorb the healing energy from Jesus. His light surrounds you. Feel the energy going through all your body. Feel stronger and in peace. Lord Jesus, our divine friend, reach out your generous hands, Lord, and change this water into medicine for our physical and spiritual illnesses. Protect us, Jesus, with your peace. Spread those vibrations of love throughout my home, Lord. May peace, health, and tranquility reign here. We are very grateful to you, Jesus. Stay with us today and forever. Thank God. Please remember to use the purified water.
Thank you. We will be back next Tuesday here on Spiritism Canada and Continental Conference Americas at 8:30 p.m. East, and next Wednesday on Kardec Radio. And don't forget to follow Spiritism Canada on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, and the Spiritist group Path of the Light on Facebook as well. Have a good night.
Jesus Christ, let us preach the peace, let us preach the love, and this world already wonderful will be much more. Get up, look at the sky, in the earth where the flowers bloom with sunshine. Let's hold our hands and be together on this road. Then we take peace and love and spread it to the world.